Typhoon Kajiki slams Hainan and Vietnam, mass evacuations, fierce winds, floods, and rising climate change warnings. On Sunday, the 24th of August 2025, Typhoon Kajiki swept across Hainan Island in southern China. Strong winds reached speeds of up to 162 km per hour, forcing the evacuation of 20,000 people and unleashing torrential rains with precipitation of 25-35 cm, especially in Sanya, a popular tourist destination. Businesses were closed, public transportation was halted, and residents were advised to take shelter, illustrating Kajiki's devastating power as it approached Vietnam. By Monday morning, the 25th of August, Vietnam was bracing for a serious threat. Kajiki, with wind speeds of up to 166 km per hour, was forecast to make landfall between Thanh Hoa and Nha An provinces. The government immediately shut down schools and airports in districts such as Thanh Hoa and Quang Binh, while flights were cancelled to minimize further risks. Evacuations began swiftly. Around 30,000 people had already been relocated, while the total target reached 500,000 to 587,000 residents from coastal provinces such as Thanh Hoa, Thua Thien Hue, Quang Tri, Hue, and Da Nang. More than 16,500 soldiers and 100,000 to 107,000 paramilitary personnel were deployed, with naval, air, and ground forces placed on full alert. Deputy Prime Minister Tran Hong Ha stated that the typhoon was powerful and highly dynamic, with the potential to trigger flash floods and landslides, dangers even more severe than the winds themselves. Local media were instructed to disseminate information quickly and accurately, while communication networks like Viettel and VNPT were checked for readiness. Acting swiftly and systematically was deemed crucial. By Monday afternoon, Kajiki struck Vietnam's coast, particularly Hingga, An Ha Tinh, and Thanh Hoa. Wind speeds weakened to 118 to 133 km per hour upon landfall, yet the storm still inflicted serious destruction.
nhìn đây để tôi kéo kéo.
Residents such as Dang Xuan Phuong, 48, from Qua Lo Inge, described the scene. It was terrifying. From the higher floor, I saw 2-meter-high waves, and water had already flooded the streets around us. Roofs were torn off houses, power outages spread across several areas, and floating fish farms were swept away. Extraordinary rainfall was expected to reach 400 to 700 mm in some areas, causing severe flooding within hours and heightening the risk of landslides threatening both lives and infrastructure. One person died from electrocution while repairing a roof, highlighting the deadly risks despite preparation efforts. At 4:30 p.m., the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting reported that storm number 5 had barely moved in the past 3 hours. Its intensity had decreased to level 12, with gusts reaching level 14. Over the next 3 to 6 hours, storm number 5 is forecast to move west-northwestward and make landfall in the northern Ha Tinh and southern Nuja. In regions, the risk of strong winds from storm number 5 will continue.
Buổi bảo vệ.
Typhoon Kajiki stands as a stark reminder that extreme storms are forming and intensifying more rapidly, driven by global climate change. The mass evacuations, military preparedness, and public response reflect hard lessons learned from Typhoon Yagi earlier. In this storm, the forces of nature compelled people to act united, swiftly, and with vigilance, because that remains the only way to save lives and reduce future damage.